flip your wig.
Blow your gasket, you flip your wig.
What
Oh my God, you don't know it?
does it mean to lose your temper?
Yeah, it's like, I flipped my wig.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, some Americans come up and they start doing all this. I'm like, guys, it's got nothing to do with wigs. Stop it.
Okay.
Hey, listen, lovely to see you here. How are you feeling?
I feel good, thank you.
Congratulations. I watched it yesterday. I have a few questions.
on, suck
First
it to me.
things first, Birdie has an inappropriate crush. Uncle George, I get it because he's quite good looking, he's
Yes.
easy on the eye. When you were 14, can you remember the most inappropriate crush you had? I fancied my English teacher, Mr. Roberts, he was about 50. And now I think about it, I'm like, what were you thinking, Max?
I'm sure I did have an inappropriate crush, probably on some television star. But in the
14,
That's it.
come on.
14.
Yeah, who did you fancy?
Who would I fancy? I probably maybe like Jason Donovan or somebody like that.
Nice.
Time. Maybe I was a bit old for Jason Donovan when I was 14.
It's all right, you can fancy who you want.
Yeah, exactly.
The other thing as well is, although there's all this fun that's going on, there's this real kind of important subject matter going on, feminism, and owning your power and men being allies.
Yeah.
Your character goes through a bit of a journey.
It does.
And I'm wondering, like, did you have conversations when you were having moments when you would cut where you would all sit down and think about how different is it right now? You know, because I feel like there's still a lot of problems.
Right. Well, there's no point in making this film if people don't still relate to it, you know. And the subjugation of women is absolutely still going on. And there's some laws passing in America, particularly at the moment, that are very troubling. This absolutely. We had conversations on that front. But what I think is really important, that sometimes you can get messages across through comedy as much as you can through serious work. And if you open up people's laughing ducts, you can open up their hearts a little bit as well, ultimately. And so I play quite a kind of complex character.
He starts off quite mean.
He starts off quite mean. But then all of us have different sides to us. I'm sure you do. You have a dark and a light side.
No, not that dark, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't literally give my
okay.
child away for money. That's dark.
We live in very separate times. You know, we associate marriage now with just romance, but before it was a financial arrangement.
Yeah, this is true.
You know, so he's not breaking the law. You know.
Lena.
Yes.
She just seems like such a blast. A lovely lady who's so authentically herself.
Yes.
What is it about her that you adore?
Oh, there's so many things about her. She's insanely gifted. But what I think people don't know about her is that she's so generous and kind-hearted on set. You know, the atmosphere is absolutely lovely, and she's got a very diverse crew, which you don't often see. And she allows you to bring stuff without making you feel embarrassed, or she listens to everybody. It was a total pleasure from start to finish.
Bella, I've been seeing the interviews you guys have been doing, and you heckle a lot. And she tries to be the professional, and then you do something silly, and then she joins in.
yeah.
Like, did you become quite protective of her?
Yes, I do feel protective of her, yeah. Although she doesn't need my protection because she's incredibly gifted and well able for all that stuff. But yeah, she's a real extraordinary person, and when people see her in this movie, and they'll just fall in love with her, I think.
And my final question is this. There is this whole idea of power and it being taken away from you, and then taking it back and having ownership. Have you ever felt powerless in your own life? And if you have, how did you take your power back? Was it after whatever went on, or was it during?
That's a really good question. Yeah, of course, we've all been there. I sometimes think it's hard to take your power back in the moment. You know, you think about it 3 months later, you think, that's what I should have done.
And the Queen, I mean, I have to ask you as well. We've all the last 2 weeks been mourning her. It was a funeral yesterday. Andrew, how are you going to remember this powerful, incredible woman and this whole time? I think the last few weeks has really brought the country together.
Yes, absolutely. I was away for a lot of for the past couple of weeks, but I flew in yesterday, it's very moving. I think seeing history unfold in front of our eyes and seeing all those traditions is very, undoubtedly very moving, and I'm sure she'll be missed by her family and a lot of people very much.
A powerful woman as well.
Yes,
This film's all
another
about
powerful
that, right?
woman. Absolutely.
Thank you so much. You rock.